Hey Chad, how's it going? Welcome back. It's Dimble, your alien salvager, here to salvage your day. Chat, I got covered in shit. Kinda. Today at work. One of the bags of, topsoil fell over at work, and so it was like, I had like half an hour left of my shift, so I was like, you know what? Hey, I'll stack it up. I'll fix it up. So I started fixing it and everything. And so I'm almost done, and I reached one of the bottom bags to move to the new pallet and put up top, and the bag suddenly splits open, and everything below my knees is covered in topsoil. Which this is the kind of bags that are mixed with compost and cow manure. So that was fun. Yeah, I now have I had to wash everything below my knees, and I definitely made sure to shower when I got home. My shoes, they're all right. Luckily, me and some people at work were able to power wash them. They are wet. They were wet as hell though. So I needed some ice. So I needed something to feel better today. So I went and got some ice cream. It's the Baskin Robbins pralines and cream. I feel so kawaii when I eat it. But how are you doing, Chad? How's your day been so far? I know today's been uneventful for some for the most part. By the way, did you guys know that some new cards have come in today for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel? I've been itching to play it on stream lately, so I was thinking maybe we can do that next week. I was able to do a couple 10 pulls, so that was fun. And I'll be able to build a Magnet Warrior deck. That's going to be real interesting. Getting stuff done in Silk Song, getting your bedding washed. That's a good idea. Chat, never never wait too long to wash your beddings. It's gonna get grody. It's gonna get covered in crumbs and your goon, and you sit on it all the time. It's got your ass marks on it. Wash your bedding and wash your yellow pillows because they're not supposed to be that yellow. At least once every 2 to 3 weeks. Exactly. Like, I make sure to wash my pillows and my docu at least every 2 weeks. That's just being normal. And also, we got an ad break for if you're not subbed. I'll see you in a minute 30. I love you. Say it back, chat. And for those of you who don't know, who are subbed but haven't seen it yet, I did add a new redeem. I had to increase the wrench passing, but also I added the Speak Dudean redeem.
Balls.
What happened? There it is. There it is. Hey, Jar, welcome on in. I had to. I was just showing Dredgen the new Speak Dudean redeem, and also had to give the bad news that I had to increase the amount of scrap points for passing a wrench. Here for you, chat. There we go. But yeah, today's been good so far. Minus the topsoil getting covered on me. And we're going to be playing some Hardspace Shipbreaker. Guys, we're almost at the end. Can you believe that? Like, I've been playing Hardspace since I started streaming, like, several months ago. And only now we're almost at the end. It's hard to believe, I know. It almost feels like an important part of the channel is... It almost feels like an important part of the channel is leaving. Yeah, the journey's been amazing. Welcome in, Hazel. Glad you can make it. All right. How have I been? I've been great. I've been pretty good. Hazel, how about you? I'm glad you're back. I added some new redeems if you want to take a look at those. And yeah. There we go. We're going to be taking affirmative action. Industrial affirmative action against Link's salvage. By trashing their ships. We're going to do a shit job.
Shipbreaker 9346-52. Links would like to share
but at the same time, it's such a waste to salvage.
By fanning the tiny sparks of effort into flames of profitability.
You had some kidney issues? Well, I'm glad that that's healing up fast, Hazel. All right. Here we go. Some more oxygen. All right. Are you ready, chat? Get your game face on. It's time for some industrial action. Let's strike back. Let's strike back against the corporates.
All right, folks. This is it.
Let's go, Weaver.
I'm ready. You good, Kai?
Yes? Yes. Okay, remember, the whole point is to show them we control the profit. So, fail all them salvage.
Our
Trash
salvage.
them components. Really junk up the value of that ship, you hear?
Oh, man. Hal's gonna be so pissed.
I'll do
A big
what I
fuck
can
you to Hal.
that. Now, as soon as you step into the yard, I'm gonna lock out the ship clock. I'm also gonna patch in everyone's salvage meters, so you can see how each other's doing. Hal's liable to get mighty vocal out there, but don't ease up.
You got it.
Yeah.
I got your backs. Take your time, be safe, and let loose some wanton mayhem and destruction. Weaver out.
Yeah, we get to take our sweet time with this one. No 15-minute shifts here.
Well, about time. Y'all still better hit those quotas today.
Oh, don't worry.
What's going on now with the ship's clock? Al, we need to talk. Not now, Joseph. The crew and I have decided it's time to talk about the conditions of our employment. You what?
Until you agree to stop treating us like trash.
Thank you for the lurk, Johnny.
Treating the salvage like trash.
Ooh, a communications array.
What are you doing?
Just our job. You want to talk about it?
I knew it. I knew
Yeah.
this whole crew was run. Joseph, you stopped the clock,
Hmm.
didn't you?
Now, chat, where do I put this communications array?
You know,
It says barge, but it
technology
looks
don't
so
always
much better burning up in the furnace.
get Not this time, Hal. Yeah. You're done.
Ooh,
By the end of the day,
255,000
you'll be as
credits.
like your little sidekick.
You know what? Let's, should I cut? Alright, time to cut this vertically. Whoops! Oh. There we go. And into the furnace the solar battery goes. It needs sunlight. Fire is basically the sun.
Good work, Cutter. Might not feel right, but
Cut
it's
points.
good work.
Hey, Hazel, or Pumpkin. We're taking affirmative action against our corporate overlords. That definitely needs some, processing.
Well done, Cutter. Keep it up. What do you even
Yes,
think this
sir.
will accomplish?
Ooh, an antenna. Let's process that.
I taught you better than this, 52.
Teach this, pants grab. Burn it down!
Valuable.
That's right. More like that. No, not more like that.
Let's see. Oh, gotta make sure to remove these. Let's see. And into the furnace it goes. I don't know why it says processor. Obviously, this all goes into the furnace.
Valuable.
No, no, no.
Haha. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn.
Valuable component incinerated.
It's this kind of shit that makes me happy when we rebel against our corporate overlords. They think we're doing a shit job? We'll show them a shit job. You know, I also gotta make sure to take care of what's inside the ship as well, not just the outside. Now, let's open her up. Whoops. There's some explosive decompression in there. And let's open this up. And let's open this up. Ah, here we go. The fuel tanks. Let's get rid of these power nasals. Kaido, how you doing, buddy? Come on. Just do what you do best.
Valuable component incinerated. Penalty
Whoops.
has been applied.
That was valuable? Sorry. Sorry. And let's put you in processing. Ah, I love a good day's work. Now, where do these, Yes, Dredgen. Boom time. That's exactly what I was thinking. You read my mind. Hey, Caramel, welcome on in. We're just taking some industrial action. Really sticking it to the boss here. Ooh. Mine. Okay. Let's get this. There we go. Don't want that getting in there. After all, that's not where this goes. Obviously, this goes in the furnace. Okay, Chato. I think it's time for that kaboom.
Valuable component destroyed. Penalty applied.
Let's see, where... There it is. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Salvage
Fuck
gold.
you, 52. Really? You're gonna let yourself be taken in by these clowns? Your sugar rations are cut off permanently.
That's
Sugar rations? I'm diabetic.
Where do thrusters go again? I can never remember. The furnace?
Yeah. It was pretty lame.
too, Kaido. I had hope for you, son. You know what this means.
You know, sir, Mr. Rhodes, you better listen to Weaver.
Remember, Hal, we're just looking to talk. You make a call to arrange it, we'll get back to business as usual.
The only call I'm making is to loss prevention. You all are in serious, serious trouble.
Gonna be a big dent in the profit reports by the time they get here.
Also, what? Are you gonna fine me? I'm already over $1 billion in debt. Damn. That was only the fuel ones? Okay. Let's see if we can find ourselves... Oh. Oh. Caramel, you wanted an explosion, right? Don't worry. I got a big one coming up. Let me just refill. I knew they had to have a reactor on board.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Have a nice day.
He 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 he. Whoops. There we go. And let's put it on the power generator. That needs charge. And let's see if that radiation filter is still there. I heard those things can be very flammable. So we gotta be careful. Here it is. Eh. Eh. He 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 he. And I think... Yep, another one. Another one. In the cryo, in the cooling chamber. And the cockpit. And ooh, this looks valuable. Hydroponics? Let's put one in the bed. And we'll take these posters. Air filter. Ooh, another poster. Don't worry, I'm properly disposing of this. Okay, chat. Are you ready? In 5. Actually, let me get to a safe distance. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to clip.
Explosive blast observed.
Woo!
Caution. Salvage.
I swear, 52, if you destroy one more thing, I am sending you back Earthside.
This is the most efficient I've ever been.
And penalties for all of you. Destruction of company property, insubordination, improper use of equipment, 20 million credits.
Oh yeah? That going on top of the millions we already owe?
Yeah, sloppy cutting fee, 50,000 credits. Using a right-handed tool in your left-hand fee, 600,000 credits. What on earth are you talking about? Sarcasm fee. Come on, Hal. Informally addressing a superior fee. You ready to arrange that chat yet, Hal? Joseph, what have you done? None of these stupid things are working.
Whoop.
Aha!
Uh-oh.
Now here's something you forgot to block out, Joseph.
Uh-oh.
Ah, beautiful.
How, you stupid petty?
Remember this, people. You don't have power here. You never
Damn it.
will. Hang on, folks.
There we go.
Thanks, Weaver.
Dang it! Joseph, you are a disgrace to Link supervisors everywhere. Just helping the crew work. Simmer down now, Hal. Simmer down.
Come on. There we go.
Valuable component lost. Please be more careful.
Don't worry, I'll be very careful.
Please revisit your training.
Ooh, that Geiger counter. That Geiger counter's going wild.
Valuable component generated.
Ooh, man.
Don't do that.
That's some spicy radiation. I better hurry and put more stuff in the furnace. And this goes in the processor.
Object cannot be processed. Please observe salvage destination. Valuable component lost.
Let's toss this
Please
in
be
there.
more careful.
Oh, I'm being very careful. What are you talking about?
Salvage destroyed. Please revisit your training.
Whoop. There we go. Woo! It was getting cold. Had to make things a little more toasty. Whoops, there goes the cryo coolant. Whoops, almost put that into processing. That goes into the furnace. And this goes into processing.
Object deposit refused. Please be more careful.
Whew. There's a right mess in here. Oh. Hal got us. There we go.
Valuable component lost. Penalty applied. Salvage.
Damn it, 52! I can't believe how wrong I was about you. We're nothing alike. You're
That's
just
right,
an
motherfucker.
annoying-
I'm not even human. I'm an alien.
Now, Cutter, don't fret none. Keep going. Go ahead and fix it again. I'm waiting with my finger on the button. Hal, let's be real. I know you think this is what you need to do. But is your position really any better? Does Link see you any different than the rest of us?
That's right.
You know the difference between you people and me? I know Lynx treats you like slaves. Hell, that's why they're the biggest in the solar system. I made it to the winning team. People like you trying to lift each other up. You're just letting others keep you down with them. For what? We own you. I got the right to do whatever I want to you. You were nothing until Lynx found you. Obedience is success. You've chosen to cross the company that gave you a chance. We'll drive you into the ground with debt. We'll give you work so dangerous you'll revive 20 times a day until your DNA comes apart at the seams. And when you come back as a useless, gibbering blob, we'll make your family pick up the bill. Well,
Wow.
I think we're done trying to reason with you.
Wow. He just said what he wishes every middle manager could say to their employees.
Valuable.
That's right, Cutter. Doing good.
Object not accepted for processing.
Boy, I sure do love salvaging. Oh, we got a, oh, sorry about that. We'll be taking we'll be at an ad. Those of you, unsubbed, we'll see you in a minute 30. I love you. Say it back, chat. I got so much stuff
Valuable
to...
component destroyed. Penalty applied.
Got so much stuff. Kaguya, hi. How you doing, Kaguwagu? Let me give you a shout out. There we go. Make sure to give her a follow, guys. She's an incredible streamer and a great friend. How you doing, Kaguya? How's work? Whoop.
Valuable component.
Super long.
52, you are well past redemption at this point.
Redeem this, pants grab. Yeah, I heard 9-hour meeting? Like, what do you talk about for 9 hours? Oh my god, you had to cut it? Jeez. I don't think I could even talk for 9 hours.
Valuable component incinerated. Penalty has been applied.
That's why I just drive the forklift. No meetings. Only pallet lifting. You think that'll stop me?
Fine work, Cutter. I know it ain't easy, but keep at it. What do you know, Joseph? Sitting in your box, barking orders? Twisting their minds?
Can't say much, but it's about big projects, involves money, needs to be planned throughout years. Basically try to get things working out. Okay. You know, that's actually pretty decent.
Unacceptable! Permanent demerit 52! Steady
Oh
on,
no,
Cutter.
permanent demerit. Oh no, not the demerit. Yeah, we're just taking industrial action against our corporate overlords who have us over $1 billion in debt. And the middle manager is throwing a hissy fit.
Well done. Stick at it now. We're almost through. Oh, you're through all right.
Let's see about... There we go. Into the processing
Deposit not
it goes. Oop. There we go. Let's start pulling this in. The rear of the ship. Ooh, a light. We can process this. Barge, what's that? Man, I got a lot of stuff. Maybe I should have saved that the demolition for the reactor for last. Maybe lurking, resting. I've been pretty good. I hope you rest up too, Kagu. Had a long day. Have a good eep. Haha, that's gonna be a big piece.
valuable component lost. Penalty applied.
Come on now. Yeah, you had it rough today. No worries, you can just watch me burn things.
Valuable component lost. Please be more
All right, Dee Dee. Barge? No. Processing. Computer terminal. Barge? No. Processing.
penalty applied. Object not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Storage bin. Let's process this. Hee hee hee. How are you still working? Whoops. Eh. Thank you, Weaver. What a good guy.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Thruster fuel. Furnace? No. Processing. Processing? No. Furnace. Oop. These coolant pipes can go in. Oh. This light's red. I don't think we can process this. Let's put it in the furnace. Hey, Bardic, welcome on in. We're just taking affirmative action against Lynx.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
I set off a mini nuclear warp explosion. Bardic, I want to talk to you about meal preparation
Component lost. Penalty
and cooking. For you, don't. Hey, get back here. He's just mad because I've seen what he cooks. Computer terminal. That can be processed. As can this broken shard of aluminum. Leave your slop alone. You don't mix peanut butter with mashed potatoes. Are you a criminal? Bardic, you don't mix peanut butter with mashed potatoes. That wasn't a mistake. That was a violation of a war treaty of some kind. My mod. My mod, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, don't pin this on me. Door console. Like streamer like mod. Ah, don't be bringing that shit. Don't be trying to pull that shit. Streamer doesn't want to take accountability. I see how it is. Of course.
Valuable component lost. Please be more careful.
Red light. Let's cut this pipe.
Salvage
Whoops.
destroyed. Please pay attention.
There we go.
Object not accepted for processing.
Oh, look. More coolant. Hey, Brooks, welcome on in. Huh. That looks in way better condition than I thought it would. So obviously we got to repurpose, we got to process all of these computer terminals instead of putting them in the barge. Stowage. Process. Stowage? Chat, where does storage bin go? That's right. Process. Oh, I still have one more demo charge. That is a very, very sturdy chair. Moldy smite. Yeah, hit him with the moldy smite. Here we go. One more.
Destroyed. Please revisit your training.
Let's see, didn't... Okay, yeah. That... All mods and chatters are, in fact, somewhat dyslexic. Even some streamers. This is a good C. What? Moldy's not a word in, like, Sweden? Strange. Come on, Kaito. I see you in there. I see you. Pick it up. Oh, Modly. Oh. Shit, you're right. Streamers and... Mods, streamers, and chatters are dyslexic as fuck. Get out of here. Ooh, that's a big piece.
Object deposit refused. Please be more careful.
Fine, take this light. Let's bring this to the furnace. Oh. Ow. Come on, get in there now.
Valuable component incinerated. Penalty has been applied.
You only came by to check on potential ne'er-do-wells. Well, I mean, you kind of have to stick around, or at least somewhat. But if you need to leave, Bardic, I understand. Oh, you're working out? That's good, that's good. Gotta stay strong.
Object not spotted. Please observe salvage destination. Tether supplies are dropping.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno!
Valuable component destroyed. Penalty applied.
Oh, you know what? I should cut off this entire bulkhead.
Valuable component incinerated. Don't do that. Object deposit refused. Please be more careful.
Let's get this big piece. Might have missed something, but what are the penalties supposed to do at this point in the game? Oh, it's just company policy for them to give you deductions and penalties. Because that's what corporations like to do. They like to saddle you with as much debt as you possibly can. Like we're literally we literally started the game over $1 billion in debt. This is just us taking affirmative action and showing them that we control the profits.
Object not accepted for processing.
Yep, this is a protest. Because our middle manager is an asshole who constantly puts us in danger, has us skip trainings that are vital. Took away property that was not the company's to take.
Valuable component lost. Please be more careful.
And is just being an overall dick. And I'm happy to do so. Yeah, so we are now the Tina Chan. Or not Tina, Panel Chan. We are now the Panel Chan.
Valuable component destroyed. Penalty applied.
Whee!
All salvage.
Hats off to you, Cutter. What a sad waste of your talent, 52. A negative attitude tips the scales of accomplishment toward failure.
I've got the reactor. I'll throw it in the furnace, unless you agree to talk.
You know what? I finally figured out what you need, Kaido. To help you learn.
What?
The problem is this
What?
whole reviving thing. There's no cost to your mistakes.
No, there's a cost.
It's 20,000
Big cost.
per resurrection.
I'm taking back Lynx's gift. I'm removing you from the Ever Work program.
No. You
can't do that. Actually, Joseph, I can. Kaido Kovetskin, your backup data is officially deleted.
What do we do?
You can't do that.
What do we do?
Steady now, kiddo. Let go of that reactor and back away.
If I let go, it'll go into the furnace. I'm too close.
Okay. Just hold back now. Real careful, like. You're letting your nerves get the better of you, Kaido. Like you always do.
Weaver, I don't want to die.
See?
Oh.
Real consequences.
So he'll actually
Ow.
be
Quiet.
dead. He won't be able to revive
You
now.
ain't gonna die. Now, how about you all just give this a rest and get back to work?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Kaido!
Kaido!
Rhodes, I'm going to throttle you.
How, you stupid? What's supposed to happen? How could you do this? That stupid kid wasn't supposed to go and kill himself.
You know how inept he is.
You were supposed to stop. You were all supposed to stop this stupid protest. Damn it. You idiot, Kaido. Hell, that boy's death is on you.
07 Kaito. Oh,
Hold up.
Hello? Kai?
we'll be taking a quick break for this because I don't want you guys to miss it. We do have an ad break. Goddamn ads. I will see you all in a minute 30. I love you. Please say it back, chat. So yeah. Poor Kaido. He's probably a poor kid. He got burned. Man, imagine how often. Oh, I cracked my arm. Imagine being able to revive every time you die, and then just suddenly, nope, you pissed me off. No more reviving for you. But hey, at least now we can take a look at the stats. The Shippy Rogers. I love the name of that ship. The Shippy Rogers. Let's see, 76.6% destroyed. Only 1% salvaged. Nice. $25,353,380 in damage. Awesome. I love when that happens. You're free of ads? Oh, Hal turned off Kaito's revival data, and he got pulled into the furnace with the reactor, and now he's dead. And his death is on Hal's hands. So
Kaido, you there?
he's alive, except he didn't die.
We hear ya.
Yeah. Mike got busted again.
Kaido
It's
lives!
all right. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Hell, that was a mighty perilous thing to do. How could I know what would happen? We'll be back tomorrow, asking for the same thing. A talk with your bosses. You talk to me. That's all you get.
Talk to this, pants grab.
Turn in, everyone. Y'all earned it. Weaver out.
Oh, don't worry. I will. The first recorded stickers were recovered from Ed's Pizza Palace and portrayed a holographic alien. Yo, I was a holographic? Nice.
Hello, Shipbreaker.
Oh.
You have one.
I've got
incoming
mail.
Transmission waiting.
You really whooped them out there, Cutter. I'm proud of you.
A part of me died seeing all that salvage go to
And
waste.
he knows it. We cornered that Bobcat, and he lashed out. But you saw it, the terror in him. He was scared of us. And now that we got the ball rolling, other crews will follow suit.
Here's hoping.
Oh, and don't worry about Kaito. He'll be out of commission until there's a new backup in place. Just gonna be another hit to the profit reports. Hal's only
Man,
stuff look
this ain't gonna look good in those quarterlies.
and not just to Lynx. See, comms is recorded every shift. Standard Lynx procedure.
Oh,
It's possible
Lynx Google
this
Docky.
recording has already made its way into the hands of someone who can share it with a wider audience. I don't rightly know where things go from here.
hashtag
But I
Hal's
do
not a
know
pal.
that tomorrow's feeling mighty hopeful. I'm proud of this crew. Rest easy, Cutter. Weaver out.
Oh yeah.
Kaido Kovetskin, your backup data is officially
So he got recorded.
The wheels
Everything
of
he
bureaucracy
said.
turn slowly.
And when you
Even
come
that little
back as a useless,
Yep.
gibbering blob, we'll make your family pick up the bill.
But turns out you can grease them with a little bit of public controversy. Lynx scrambled to get some goons together. Of course, put us back in line. But the news was already all over it. Things happened fast,
Yeah!
even quicker than we'd hoped.
Oh,
The Stellar Commission
the stonks.
actually stepped in.
The stonks
They
chat.
deemed Lynx's Everwork program a human rights violation. The commission recognized the union and then forced Lynx to the table. And there really wasn't much Lynx could do at this point. We agreed to keep the Everwork program, to continue protecting workers. The job's still dangerous after all. But we demanded some major changes to the policies. First, full reversal of the huge fees forced onto the program's participants. Then, complete removal of clauses like 19C. Their whole bag of tricks designed to strip us of our rights.
Yeah.
Almost overnight, our humanity was restored. Lynx also ditched their swarm of administrators. They no longer served a purpose to the company. As for Hal Rhodes,
Oh,
Lynx couldn't
Hal.
ignore that he was at ground zero of our revolt. He's right back at his old job, processing real backbreaking work.
Oh,
Calicia
Hate to
Paulson
see
went
it.
untouched, of course. And everything on the administrators.
don't worry.
Her and the rest of her
CEOs
family
tend to get their due
continue to operate
in time.
and profit from Lynx. Some of us will continue to fight. Others,
Hey, there's me!
they're just happy to
Chat,
get back
it's
to
me! Negotiations with the Shipbreaker Union have resulted in some unexpected Oh! Look at that! Chat. I'm only negative 28 million in debt. Or negative 28,000.
Shipbreaker. Your allocated shift time will be commencing shortly.
Yeah, negative 28 million in debt. Hell yeah!
Morning, folks. Today's the day we finally get back to work. All
And I got Beulah.
And welcome back, Lou.
It feels great to be back. And I'm ready to race. Anyone wanna?
Come on, kid. You just got back.
Whoa, why don't y'all play it safe today while you clear the cobwebs, all right?
Ooh, I need wires and a
Maybe another
distributor.
time, Lou. Oh, but glad you're back. Kaido out.
I should go keep an eye on that kid.
Well, I got a rusty old javelin with my name on it. See you out there.
Spare a moment, Cutter?
Sure,
Couple
Weaver.
things I gotta talk to you about. First off, go ahead, look out your viewport for me.
Yep.
That's right. Finally got
Buell is
Buell
back
out
from
of
the impound.
Took a fair amount of sweet talking and a touch of bartering. Anywho, thought you'd be keen to get back at fixing the old girl up. Which brings me to my next point. Open up your employee terminal for me.
Okay.
Access that new option there. New mandate. Employees require a clear and simple breakdown of their contract status. Now, what I wanted you to see is you can also end your contract from here. However, there's two prerequisites to parting ways with the company. First, you gotta clear your debt. The new regs wiped out a ton, but some folks still got a bit of work to do to get in the green. Second, you need personal transport off station. That means old Beulah needs to be fully operational.
Okay,
Once those
that's easy
requirements
enough.
are met, you can take the out, if you want, of course. If you're just as happy salvaging away, by all means.
Normally I am. However,
Okay.
I want to
Close
get us
all
out of
that
debt.
down. I got one last thing I want to talk about.
What about?
Now, this might come as a bit of a shock, but an opportunity's arisen for me, Earthside. One of them
You leaving?
chances you gotta grab at before it gets away. What I'm saying is, well, I'm retiring. Today, in fact. Trying to go
Aw,
out on a high note.
Weaver,
as they say.
but I want to make you a
Dee's
cake.
gonna run things while corporate figures out a replacement. Might not be as talkative as me, but she'll keep the rudder true. I wanted to wish you luck, Cutter. I'm glad we got the opportunity to work together. And who knows?
I'm glad too,
Maybe
Weaver.
you hear from me again sometime. Weaver out.
All right, chat. Let's try and get out of debt now. We need a distributor and some wires. Let's not go on a ghost ship. Here we go, the Firefly Mark 6. It's got a distributor and some wires.
Hey, Rook. Guessing Weaver broke the news?
Yeah, he did.
Hope they replace him with someone nice.
Well, in the meantime, you got me. Quit shooting the breeze and get back to work.
Dee Dee, I'm gonna enjoy giving you a hard time.
Kid, I'm too old and tired to care.
Okay.
Whee!
Well, let's see if I remember how to do any of this. Have fun today.
All right,
Blew out.
Later.
let's get to salvaging for real this time.
Kid, you've probably got things in hand, but let me know if you need anything. Good luck, or whatever.
Thanks,
Dee Dee out.
Dee Dee. Dee Dee's so nice.
Airlock.
Thank you for the wrench, Brooks.
Airlock depressurizing.
Let's see. Okay. So. We'll have to go inside and fix some stuff up now.
Airlock pressurizing.
Yeah. You have no one to blame but yourself, Bardic. I...
Airlock pressurizing.
Ow. That's alright. Ah. Ow. There we go. Just needed to get those wires. And... ooh, heat sink. And a fuse. That's... terminal's got wires. That's... or just wires. Dampener. That's nice. Let me just grab this med kit. And thruster fuel. That's a fuse. Wires, 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 wires. Nothing but wires. Where are those distributors? Distributor! There you are! The space truck, ready for upgrade. I love that it's called a space truck. Jeez, how do I get inside there? Oh, through here. Silly. Mine. That's my fuse. Anything in here? Chat, do you think you could do this job? IRL, I don't think I could. Ow. Like, even with the ability to revive on death, I wouldn't be able to. Okay, now. Wait, what do you mean? Oh man, I was trying to outsmart the computer. Ah, beans. Well. Get ready, chat. I'm about to pop this cork.
Helmet damage detected.
There we go.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Yeah, I don't fear death as much. I just fear pain. Like, that's why Batman is great at dealing with criminals. Like, yeah, the Punisher can kill you. But Batman, he's willing to break every bone in your body.
Salvage secured.
Like,
Account
I
credit
think
applied.
a line from Injustice 2 said it best when he, like, beat the shit out of a criminal and
Salvage deposit confirmed.
Damian Wayne was like,
Applying credit.
so you're against killing, but you're alright with giving severe brain damage?
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Like, if I die, I don't have to deal with taxes. But if I live, I have to deal with not only taxes, but also broken limbs? And hospital bills? No. No, I'll tell you everything. Bet you didn't think of that. No, I'm pretty sure the supervillains in Batman's Rogues Gallery keep doing crime because they have to pay off their hospital bills somehow. That's why they're continuously robbing banks. Megatron said it best. It is said that wisdom is gained through suffering, and tonight I plan to make you very wise.
Hope you're having fun.
Oh, I'm having fun, Dee Dee. I got chat with me. You can't see them because they're in my head.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Yeah, they're the ones that tell me to blow things up. For the FBI agent watching my computer, for legal purposes, that is a joke.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Bam, 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 bam.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
What is this? I have no idea what that was, but it's burning now. Let's get these things out of here. Ah!
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
That's number 3.
Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned.
Let me in. Let me in. All right, chat. There we go.
Airlock depressurizing. Airlock depressurizing.
And finally, you.
One minute left on the clock, Cutter. 1 minute.
Yeah, I hear ya, Dee Dee. Oh, not another atmosphere regulator. All right, let's clock out. We can start throwing stuff into next shift. Hey, 4 million. We're almost debt-free. Man, imagine being debt-free.
Hello, Shipbreaker. Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal. Have a good day.
The dock is in, and it's time for some ship planning.
Oh, we need a filter.
Nice work. If I had a hunt, I'd be proud.
Yes, I want to keep salvaging this ship. It's got a lot of stuff.
I've got a beast of a reactor here that's gonna take some time and concentration. If you need anything from me, now's the time to ask.
Should I keep stripping the
What is
processors
love,
out of the
ma'am?
terminals today? It's taking a really long time.
The what? The processors?
Yeah.
You don't strip the processors out.
Oh,
Is that what you've been doing?
yeah.
All this time?
Oh, Kaido.
Yeah.
Who told you to do that?
I thought you did.
I would have never said that.
Oh, Kaido.
I'll stop stripping them out.
You precious cinnamon roll. Never change. He's so pathetic. I love him. He's like Waterboy. Or me. Let's pull this out. Are you gonna... Oh, right. One's up top. I'm so silly. Chat, how do you put up with me? Let's get you out.
Secured. Credits deposited.
Ow. Just a minor concussion.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
I say it all the time, but I love the soundtrack for this game. Sci-fi and Western go together so well. Alright, let's start peeling you off. Gotta get that centerpiece. That's tricky. Not the Harpy Dragon tricky, just... There we go.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
And one more. Oh. Got an ad break. On at it. Let's send you. What are you doing? Get back here. There.
Processing.
Just go into the processor, please. This is no time to be... Do not be Panel Chan. I beg you. No. Oh, thank God. Ha! Almost. Bitch, you fucking thought!
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Now for you. Come on, let's move you. I want you to move it, move it. There we go. Come on, let's get you going. Please, 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 please. I don't know why this just feels like it helps work. It helps make it work. Ah. There we go. Back end is open.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Let's get this. Ooh. Ooh, this atmosphere regulator still works.
Hey, Cutter. 5 minutes left in this shift. All right?
Yeah, I hear ya. Let's finish off this outer shell. Hehe. That's another.
Valuable
Objects processed. Credits awarded. Salvage goal met. Rewards will be paid.
Whoa! 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 There. You were too squirrely.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
And I only panicked mildly. I gotta take it off piece by piece, otherwise it starts to shake apart.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Off you go. Go on. Get.
Deposit accepted for processing.
There.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
That was necessary. That was, in fact, very necessary.
Cutter, there's 1 minute left till the end of the shift.
Yes, yes, I read you. Because next shift, I'm gonna be dealing with the reactor. $3 million. And we've ranked up. Oh.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Lynx would like to share the following message. The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are
Okay. We need... Oh, 255 to purchase. Don't worry. We will. Okay, chat. You ready?
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
to go.
Warning. Fuel levels are low. Fuel supplies are available for purchase at the master
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yeah, I hear you, computer, but I can't right now. I'm a little busy with this reactor.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Now for the piece de resistance. Ow, 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 ow. Woo. Oh. Woo. Ooh, tingly. It's all right. It's all right. I've always had this nervous twitch.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, that felt so good. It went off without a hitch. Ugh. And I only got minor third-degree electrical burns. The twitching will stop eventually,
Processing.
right?
Credits deposited.
Let me see. I think... Yes. This can go next.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Ah. Oh, there's the reason why. It was stuck.
Deposit not accepted.
Well, I can't remove that furnace part. I don't know, guys. This... This feels a little too easy. I feel like I'm gonna screw it up. You ever get that feeling when things get too, like, too good to be true? So you just suddenly feel like... like something bad's about to happen. So I tend to view things like, good and bad as like a pendulum. If it swings one way, it's going to eventually swing the other way. Yeah, it swings the other way, chat. There.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Oh, that's a big piece.
Salvage gold. Rewards allocated.
Get in there, you. We are definitely gonna try and finish it today.
Applying credits to
We're
account.
definitely gonna try and finish this today. Because I have another game that I had just installed today, ready to go. And I got it off the spring sale. What game? I want it to be a surprise, but I can tell you that it takes place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Salvage deposit registered.
So there's that at
Account
least.
credited.
And it's some that I'm a big fan of.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Whoops. Well, how the hell am I supposed to even... How am I supposed to even solve that? Shit's rigged.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
It's almost the 5-minute mark. Ooh, chips.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Five minutes left in the shift, Cutter, okay?
Yes, Dee Dee.
Okay.
Yeah, come on now. Don't be taking too long.
Processing valuable object.
Okay.
Credits awarded.
I was about to ask what a lot of women tend to ask. Is it in yet? Not me, of course.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Yay!
Salvage goal obtained. Additional rewards assigned.
Oh! Oh, that was... Holy shit, that was actually pretty close. I've had that happen before, where I've just conked myself in the head. Oh, there's one more, place for the fuse. Wonder where it is.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Deposit accepted for processing.
Hacker man voice.
All right, Cutter.
I'm
Time
in.
to wrap it up, okay? 1 minute left.
I hear ya. Oh. Oh, there they are. Hey, Yasmin, welcome on in. Just playing some Hardspace Shipbreaker. We're finally free of our corporate shackles, and now we... Sorry, I turned 15 for a second. And now we're just trying to get out of debt, which looks like we're well on our way. Oh, this is so exciting.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your theta wave levels are high. Please administer 2 caffeine pods before
I love that
starting your
sticker.
shift.
Just don't. Me seeing Bardic's cooking. Me whenever I have a fork and I look at an electrical socket. Don't. Okay, chat. I'm actually going to take a piss break. because I have the bladder of a gerbil. Make sure you take one as well. I will see you all in a little bit. I'll be back, chat. Don't go nowhere. Chat. Welcome back. Oh. Have I had this party hat on the whole time? There we go. Now you can hear my beautiful voice again. Chat, I went to grab some Doritos. Some spicy nacho Doritos. They fucking smack. And they actually pair quite well with the Kissy Kissy Passion. I feel like one of those wine tasters. What are they called again? The sommelier? What was it I needed again? A filter. Oh, the same thing that I get told I need. Costco! Hey, welcome in, buddy. We're playing some Hardspace Shipbreaker. We just finished the main story. And we're only $10 million in debt. All is quite well. How are you, Costco? How's the kid? Amazing as always. I'm glad to hear it, man. Real glad to hear it. I don't know how many scrap points you have, but we do have a whole bunch of new redeems that you can try out. I had to increase the pass wrench redeem because yeah. Thank you for speaking Dudayan. And that. You had 20k scrap points? Oh my god. Oh, you're gonna... Oh. I'm so... If I start playing Dead Space, you're gonna scare the shit out of me so many times. With that wrench passing. Let's see. Thrusters. Oh, here we go. I can eliminate the rental fee. I can finally own my own thrusters. Oh, this doesn't have a filter. Okay, so next one will be the Bradley Mark V. There we go. Yep, got rid of the door consoles on there. Ah. And in you go. I missed playing this game. It's a shame we were probably going to finish it today.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
I don't know if you beat the main story in this yet, Costco, but let's just say you get to have some fun with this game and doing everything wrong. Oh, you haven't played in a long while? You know what? That's fair. I won't spoil it, though.
Valuable object accepted for processing. Salvage deposit registered.
A lot of Helldivers, RimWorld, and iRacing? Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I need to play more Helldivers again. I think I'll add that to next week's schedule. I've been loving the Helldivers too. I recently unlocked the tank, so that'll be fun to play.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Let's get this thermal spreader. Oh my god, spread it.
Salvage deposit confirmed.
Oh yeah, it is a lot of fun if you have comms with someone.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That thing is, it's got all those wires. Not wires, pipes. I mean, what are pipes if not thick as hell wires?
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Oh, thank you, Costco. I was looking for some more clips. I will probably be adding it to the soundboard.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Now, if I recall... Yep, there we go. There's another air filter.
Salvage destroyed. Please avoid damaging valuables.
Where am I? Where am I? Oh, I lost track of everything. Oh. I still haven't had a chance to be in the mech.
Secured. Credits awarded.
At least I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't, actually.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Hell yeah, I would love that, Costco. And you can drive my tank.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Which end is this? Okay, yeah. I got a hole to throw stuff down.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
I love working in a third or fourth dimensional space.
applied.
You got to level 120? Hell, oh my god. I don't know how people are able to do it in that game. To do so much.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
So many seats. Then again, I guess this was a transporter, a transport vessel.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits. Salvage secured. Applying credit.
What is that, first class?
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
First class, more like first cringe.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Wait. Chat. Where's Florida? Chat, I think something happened to Florida. Ooh. Sucks to be me. I can't believe all this time I never noticed that Florida was underwater in this game.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Cutter? Got about 5 minutes left till you're done for the day.
Yeah, I hear you, Dee Dee. Hey, did you know that Florida was underwater? Why didn't anyone tell me?
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Also, thank you for clipping
Salvage deposit.
earlier, Costco.
Applying credit to account.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate every time I get clipped, whether it be for a funny reason, a serious reason, a non-say-so reason. I just really appreciate it. Because that helps us streamers all the time.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage
Ow.
accepted. Credit applied. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
All right, that's all the chairs.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Two minutes left, chat.
Salvage is secured. Applying credit. Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
You returned. Welcome back. Yeah, hot girl IBS. Am I right? While you were gone, I noticed something about the state I live in.
Done, Cutter. 1 minute left.
Florida's underwater. So, yeah. Florida's the new Atlantis. Literally below sea level. Like, if you look right there. That's why it always floods. Yep, there's floods, and then there's floods. Yeah, at least North Carolina's still there. Somewhat. Has North Carolina ever been all there, though? Ah.
Hello, Shipbreaker.
Yeah, that's what I
This is your
thought,
morning
especially
wake-up
after
call.
Helen. Wait, how much? We're only 5 million in debt. Chat, the dream is real.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Let's finish up this cockpit. Also see what else is inside that we can salvage before we torch this whole thing.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Why does Twitter hate you? It's not letting you reply to tweets. You know, I actually had something similar happen earlier this morning. Like, I tried to reply to tweets, but it just kept failing to
Salvage
send.
deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I couldn't even repost. Oh shit, that almost beamed me in the head.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
It's been like that for you for a whole day. God damn.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Thruster
Thank you
fuel.
for your purchase.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage secured. Credit deposited.
One more piece, and I think the cockpit is empty.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Oh, I almost forgot about this.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Oh, eventually. Twitter has always been a shitstorm. Like, if most of my
Salvage deposited.
Oshis
Applying credit to account.
didn't use it, I would not be using Twitter at all. The most I use it for is to let people know I'm live and to, like,
Salvage deposit confirmed.
try and grow my fan base. And talk to other streamers and VTubers. Other than that,
Salvage secured.
I wouldn't.
Applying credit.
I could care less about Twitter. Yeah, that's exactly what I use it for, dredging.
Account credit applied.
Twitter got booba? I mean, anything can have booba. Not everything needs to have
Salvage registered.
booba.
Transferring credit.
Like big, small, all booba deserve to be held.
Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
I mean, so does Blue Sky. Blue Sky has some booba as well.
Salvage deposit registered.
Yeah, Insta
Account credited.
does have top tier memes. Ooh, thruster fuel. Make way, coming through. Make way, I got an Amazon package.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
Oh.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oh, there's a light.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Ah. I always feel so refreshed after all this salvaging. Right. Okay, that's taken care of. This hallway is almost done, or first class.
Salvage deposit.
Last light.
Credits awarded.
Last light.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
There we go.
Salvage destroyed. Don't do that.
Oh, we got an ad break. If you're not subbed, I'll see you in a minute 30. I love you. Say it back, chat.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Oh, thank you, Cusco. Wah! Ow!
Helmet damage detected. Avoid severe head trauma by following good helmet maintenance practices.
That was close.
Salvage
Oh.
destroyed. Please refrain from damaging salvage.
What? Motherfuck. I hate this. Fump my big chungus life.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
There we go.
Have a nice day.
Wait, what the hell? How did that happen? Suddenly everything's topsy-turvy. Up is
5
down and
minutes
space
left,
and time
Connor.
is warped.
You know what you're doing? Okay.
You know, oh. How could I have forgotten about this?
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Wait. Okay. There it is.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
And this battery pack. Oh my god, I started flinching, but no, I thought a spider had crawled on me, but no, it was it's just the cord from my headset. That did actually happen
Salvage
like a
deposit
day or two
accepted.
ago.
Credits transferred.
I was talking to someone on.
Salvage
I
secured.
was DMing someone, and suddenly I just feel something crawling on my neck, and it turns out to be a spooter. Just crawling on the neck. I was like, sir, you have violated the peace treaty.
Salvage secured.
You shall be annihilated. I will show no mercy, no remorse, no regret. The lives of you and your kin are forfeit. Better than a roach? Ugh. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Ooh, I think this is the last piece before I can just send everything to the furnace.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Come on. This isn't going anywhere. Oh. Or is it?
You watching the clock, Cutter? You've got 1 minute left.
S'mores or salted caramel whiskey? S'mores. Always s'mores. Salted caramel's good. There's a little bit of magic to the caramel, but I always prefer s'mores. I like marshmallow because I'm much like one. I'm very sweet, but also very puffy. And I tend to burn easily when I'm exposed to fire. Okay, this thing's not going anywhere. I gotta cut it up next shift.
Cutter 9346-52. Your designated sleep period.
Hey,
is
we're
now
only $1
over.
million in debt.
Have a great day.
Chat, we're only $1 million in debt. And I can now own my helmet. I no longer have to pay a rental fee. Which is kind of weird, because this is my helmet. The fuck they mean?
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Come on! Alright. Guess I'm gonna have to cut this ship in half. Oh, another light.
reported.
Onwards to Jimmy John's. Isn't that the sandwich place? Oh, wait, it is. I thought you meant like Jim Beam or something. I hope you're not driving to a Jimmy John's, Dredgen. Well, hopefully you haven't had any of that s'mores, if you are. Because if you are, that's not good. Because then you'd be drinking and driving, and that's no good. Come on. Oh, you were just there. Okay. My B, Dredgen. How did I miss this
Salvage
place?
deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage.
Come on now. Get in
Applying
there.
credit
Get in that
to the
furnace. This thing will probably take till the end of the shift.
Tether supplies running low.
Let me cut this out. Let me cut this, cut the cockpit off.
Material accepted.
You know, chat, I think we might
Credit
have
transferred.
one more stream of this left.
Caution. No tethers. Please refill supplies.
But I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that we finish it today.
Caution. No tethers remaining.
Not just final touch-ups. There's a true ending to the game. We beat the main story, but there's still two more things we got to do, which is get out of debt and finish Beulah, the shuttle.
Thank you for your
Tethers restored.
Come on now.
Raw material accepted.
Come on now. You can get in there. Don't be shy.
Raw material deposited. Transferring credits.
There we go. That one's doing it. Why can't you be like that? Yeah, doors.
Material accepted. Salvage goals fully completed. Rewards assigned.
How much? Come on, you're taking so long. I'd get out and push if it would help. Eh. This isn't making it in there by the end of the shift. So you know what? I'm gonna cut my losses. And we'll just work on another ship. Ow!
Caution. Good morning, Cutter.
Chat! We're debt free! Our account system indicates that your debt balance has been cleared. As per policy 44D, you are hereby congratulated for this important milestone in your career with Lynx Corporation. Hey, Lord M, welcome in. Profits earned from salvaging will now be deposited directly into the financial account indicated in your employment agreement. Be advised that penalties and fees will be deducted from this account. In the event of a negative account balance, you will be automatically reinstated into the Lynx repayment program. Note, there will be no further congratulations on subsequent debt repayments as per policy 34E. This is a perfect time to invest in specialist training. Speak to your manager today about enrolling in one of our advanced career programs and continue your growth under the care of Lynx Corporation. Chat, we have 38K in the bank. We are rolling in dough. Alright, so I need a filter. Let's go with something that's low. Here we go. This heavy cargo. This one has a,
Well, I may have made a real mess of my day.
What's up, Dee?
Grabbed a salvage runner to work on. Gecko glass. Don't know why. Hate working on them.
I think they're fun.
Fun? They're about as fun as running naked through a cactus patch.
What's a cactus patch?
Terrible construction. Complete death trap to salvage. Can't imagine what flying one's like. Oh, and then there's the joy of discovering whatever absolute trash they were hauling. You're lucky if it's just twisted scrap. More likely it's leaky rad filters or corroded fuel tanks that pop just by looking at them.
Oh, yeah. That does kind of suck.
I just wanted to punish myself, I guess.
Ooh.
ooh.
Good luck with that, Dee.
Mm-hmm.
Processing object. Applying credit.
There we
to
go.
account.
Get on up in there. Okay. I need a distributor. No, not a distributor. A filter. That's what I'm looking for. That's a fuse. Ooh, that's a data drive. Filter! Forklift! Oh man, and this is depressurized already? Oh, this is a good salvage.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Let's work on this flush valve. Let's flush that. And let's flush you. Man, it feels great to be debt-free. Alright, let's do this. Let's finish up this shift. And then we'll see what else we need to finish up Beulah.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Ow!
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
What the hell? Did my, Oh. My OBS stopped recording. It looks like it's, looks like it's full. Well, that's a shame. Hold on. I need to delete some things. Okay. That should work now. That was weird. Yeah, I sure do love OBS. Get down there.
Object processed. Transferring credits. Material deposited.
An asteroid shard.
Salvage deposited. Applying
So
credit
much
to
sharp.
account. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
All right.
Processing valuable objects. Credit awarded.
Come on, forklift. Come on, buddy. What the? OBS has been good lately. Give it a minute.
Salvage deposit secured.
Hell yeah, a decent multi-tool.
Valuable object processed. Credit deposited.
I love these ones here. I love the mackerel. They're so easy to disassemble. Come on. That's kind of sad that He doesn't know what a cactus patch is. That Kaido doesn't know what a cactus patch is. Seems like a lot of Earth is messed up.
Credits transferred. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Get in there, fuel tank.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Oh, we got an ad break. There we go. I'll see ya who are those of you unsubbed in a minute 30. I love you.
Cutter, okay? Object processed. Transferring credits. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Let's get this out of the way.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Oh, storage bins. Wonder what's in these.
Salvage registered.
You know, if they make a sequel, they should do a thing where you can collect storage bins, and they have like little RNGesus, so you can unlock like different like stickers or skins,
Credits deposited.
different like suits. That'd be so cool. Cover your eyes, chat. Boy, do I love welding. Yep. Okay. You.
Processor deposit.
Get in that
accepted.
barge.
Credits awarded. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Oh. Now hold on.
Not much time left, Cutter. 1 minute to go.
Yeah, I hear you, but... Ah! Ah! Cold. Cold.
Salvage.
You know what? Worth it, because now I'm at... Whew. Welcome back, Dredgen.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. All
I
the
think I got
Timbits would
bitch
like to
slapped
wish you
by
a happy and
Jarmore
productive day.
because I got frozen for a moment. Ooh. Data miner. Device name, be kind. Raimundo Hubs, proud cook. Umbriel Mark 8.
Hello, stranger. I can say that because I'm pretty sure whoever finds this, well, I'm not gonna know you, and you won't know me. You see, when I left Earth, I didn't really have anyone to miss because everyone I knew died in the Great Quake. The first one, the big one.
Ooh, okay.
Still don't know how I survived. Guess I was lucky. So I
Thank
thought,
RNGesus.
what the heck? Snagged the first ticket to Mars I could find. Started out as a janitor. Yeah, humans used to do it before the bots came in. And then one day, someone asked me if I knew how to cook. And I lied and said yes. Felt bad for the poor bastards that had to eat my mistakes for the first couple of months. And turned out I was a pretty decent chef. Well, I didn't quite leave the legacy I'd hoped. So few of us ever do, I guess. So I'm leaving this message to you, stranger, in the hopes that it helps you with yours. Just be kind, stranger.
Hear that, chat?
Be kind.
Be kind.
I spent a lot of years angry with the world for everything wrong in my life, when I should have been just thankful I had a life in the first place. Just be kind. Kindness has a way of coming back around, if you catch my drift. Just be kind. Thanks.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hi, don't worry. That's the shippy's here to fix your ship right up. Nice work. If I had a heart, I'd be proud.
Okay, so we just need a distributor and an ion coil. And these have none of them. Okay, well, we'll just move on to another one. Here we go. A Shaw cruiser.
folks.
Morning, boss. Oh, hey, Dee. How's your family?
You don't want to hear about my family.
Actually, I do. I really do.
Fine. Husband's been looking for work. He got a bit spooked when House cut off the money. Might have a gig lined up, servicing asteroid tugs.
Oh, no way. My old man used to patch up pullers. It's good work.
It's all right, but he'd have to be away 4 weeks at a
All right,
time.
let's see.
He says the kids are old
An
enough to
ion
watch
coil.
themselves, but I don't know. Oldest is 19. I'm not
And a
sure.
distributor.
Maybe give it a chance.
Maybe. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to work.
Sure thing, boss.
Hey, asteroid tugs is very good work. That's a dampener. It's a thermal spreader. It's a rod. It's a circuit. Ion coil. And I needed an ion coil and what was the other? There, actually, there. Never mind. There it is. Distributor said good work. Let me just grab any of that other stuff. Anything else? Anything at all? Okay, doesn't look like it. Now, which hole did I crawl out of? No, that's the radiation filter. Right over there.
Airlock depressurizing.
All right, chat though. I know this might sound weird, but I'm not interested in salvage at this point. I'm just interested in building Beulah again.
Good morning, Cutter 9346.
I know, it sounds so weird coming
Links
from
would
me.
like to share the following inspirational message. The greatest reward in life is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
There's a splatter of red sauce on the back of one of your work shirts?
Hi, I'm Shippy. Need help with a triple top bypass? Let me know.
Chat?
Congrats! You got this ship on life support. I formally award you with the
Chat,
title
we did
of
it.
Junior Ship Surgeon.
She's all done. We're ready to go. Okay, chat. Ready to terminate.
Be advised, upon confirmation,
Employment termination contract.
termination is effective immediately.
Yeah.
Termination acknowledged. To finalize, insert your employee card into the card reader.
Gladly. Hey! Okay.
Your employment has been terminated. All systems access and communication privileges are revoked.
That was a
Please
bit
remove all
dramatic.
personal belongings from the habitation module.
All right. Gotta collect the bunny. As always, gotta collect my suit. Finally, the keys. Chat. We're leaving. We did it. We beat the game. Look, chat, it's me! It's literally Dimble. This was me leaving the fleet heading to Earth. I'm gonna name that bunny Caramel.
Cutter, if you're hearing this, it means you and Beulah are well on your way. Away from Morgan Station, away from Lynx. Hopefully, I'm sipping pina coladas surface side right now, watching the nephews splash in the waves.
I hope you are, Weaver.
You know, when I first took up the foreman gig, I figured it was for the money. Then, it got so the money didn't matter. What mattered most was doing right by all you kids coming up. I was already starting to understand that the game's rigged. You know, Lou was right all along. If I could go back and do right by her, I surely would. Folks like her, who fight tooth and nail for the good of others, they keep the rest of this world honest.
Mm-hmm.
Without them, well, let's just say that honesty doesn't exactly occur in abundance naturally. What you're embarking on right now is the dream.
See ya, kid. See ya, Kaito. Don't break
You earned
anything.
it with your own sweat and blood. You're heading into the great wide open.
Jupiter Gate.
From here on out, you got no master but yourself. Now, that doesn't mean it's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. There's as much bad as good out there. As much failure as opportunity. As many enemies as friends.
That's right.
But I know, if anyone can make it out there, it's you. I wish I could see what you do. What you make of yourself. Just promise me one thing. When you get to wherever it is you're going, you send me a postcard. Weaver out.
Can do, Weaver. Entering drive space. Whee! Cinema. And I love that the achievement for completing career mode is See You, Space Cowboy. Oh, see, this is why I love this game. It's so good. And I'm kind of sad that it's over, man. Like, I was playing this as soon as I started streaming. And now it's finally over. Why did they have a drawing of my grandpa? Oh, look at all that. Oh. Chad, I'm so happy. And so sad. But so happy. I really hope there's a sequel to this game. Because the company that made it bought their publishing rights to it. So they own the game. They can do whatever they want with it now. This is so good. Probably one of the biggest influences on me. Big thank you to Yahtzee Croshaw of Zero Punctuation and Seth Zintach for introducing me to this game. Like, if I hadn't seen their videos about this, I would never have known this game would have existed. And the Dimble as you know it probably wouldn't be a thing. Oh, shout out to the Hardspace cats and dogs. Oh, there we go. We can fast forward. Man, I'm glad this is that we can start something new. So next game is going to be a Star Wars game, specifically Jedi Survivor. I had already played the first one like years ago, and I have been wanting to play the second one for forever. So let me see if I can raid you guys out somewhere, and I can do the our outro. I stream on Sundays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. EST. Make sure to give me a follow here on Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky. And make sure to like and subscribe my YouTube channel where I upload VODs and shorts. I also have a Discord if you want to join as well. Let me post that. And I have a throne if you want to check that out. So guys, I will leave you guys off for waves. And I'll see you next time, okay? End transmission.